Importance of Standardized Operating Procedures by Nathaniel Nicholas. Learjet 35 Alpha crashed December 27, 2021 in El Cajon, San Diego, California. In this accident, a Learjet 35 Alpha was flying a short flight from John Wayne Airport to Gillespie Field on December 27, 2021. At Gillespie Field, the weather was reported as variable at 5 knots, 3 statute miles visibility, mist/light rain, scattered clouds 1,100 feet, broken 2,000 feet. With this weather, we can see that the main factor here was the BR, which is mist/light rain present at the field, and low clouds scattered at 1,100 feet, and broken 2,000 feet. The Learjet was flying to the airport and elected to fly the runway 17 RNAV approach due to the ceiling and the mountainous terrain around the airport. In this selection, they figured landing on runway 17 would be a shorter runway, limiting stopping potential in the Learjet 35 Alpha, which is recommended at 3,800 feet on a wet runway. In this position, they figured they could fly the RNAV 17 until they were visual with the airport, then cancel IFR and circle to runway 27 right, which had additional 1,200 feet of runway available upon landing. During the approach, they succeeded by gaining visual with the airport and canceling IFR. When they started to turn downwind for 27 right, they asked the tower to turn the airport lights up to full intensity. The tower replied with a statement that they were already at high intensity. In this statement, we can see that the crew lost sight of the field, and shortly after, they crashed. The crash could have been avoided. Accident prevention with standard operating procedures, SOPs. In this sad case of the Learjet 35 Alpha crash at Gillespie Field, we can see that the proper implementation of SOPs, this accident could have been avoided. The crew could have avoided this accident by flying the proper approach to the landing runway. In this scenario, they wouldn't have to cancel IFR and circle to land. Canceling IFR in the air comes at a cost. You lose radar coverage and search and rescue protection as well. It is never a good idea to cancel IFR in the air if you can avoid it. Also, the flight crew should have taken the time to plan for a possible diversion. With the weather being low visibility and low ceilings with mountainous terrain, proper SOPs could have been able to save these crew members' lives. Yes, the crew members did choose to fly an RNAV 17 approach, cancel IFR, and fly visually to circle to land runway 27 right. That is acceptable. But if they could have just flown the proper approach 27 right and cancel IFR on the ground, it could have saved their lives. And I think that's one important thing we can all learn. Promoting my position of standard operating procedures, SOPs. In the flight department, to promote my actions of suggesting proper SOPs, I would have a meeting to bring all the department managers and top executives to suggest and sway them to promote SOPs to their employees. This would be pretty much sending an email out saying I want to meet with everybody, especially the managers and the top executives, to show them the proper procedures and how we can set forth new procedures if they're needed to stay safe. Also, I would ask to have the ability to present and meet with the employees and present them the positive results that come with proper SOP implementation. This is basically after I talk to all the executives and everybody, I would like to meet with the employees and start presenting my SOPs and the proper procedures that are necessary, and showing how if we start using SOPs, how they can save us in certain instances and mistakes, like the Lear 35A jet experienced on December 27, 2021. I would suggest a company program that helps the employees stay in touch with the material. I have presented either basically have a presentation either yearly, recurrent training, or a computerized program where they stay on top of SOPs and remember to keep learning and keep looking back at that stuff so they don't lose it. Other than that, promoting SOPs in the department would just be also, if you're a pilot, make sure you do everything by the SOP. And if you're a chief pilot at the department, pretty much emphasize SOP training, and maybe every once in a while do a ride along and watch the pilots and comment on their flying abilities, pretty much doing a flight check. Other than that, that's how I would promote standardized operating procedures in the flight department. Thank you.